श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि. Today's slokam on Nyasavimsathi is the 19th slokam, wherein Swami Desikan clearly lists down how a person who has performed prapatti, sharanagati, the prapannan, should conduct himself. He has become a kritakrityan. Kritakrityan means one who has done what is to be done, one who has done his duty. The prapanna is similar to the liberated ones, and he is rendering his yata shakti kainkaryam, little service to the Lord. And since he has already performed the means, the upayam for moksham, now he is just like the muktatma, and to the best of his ability he is performing little Bhagavata Acharya kainkaryam in this world, and he has to obey the commands of the Lord, the shastric injunctions as known from the shastras, and never should the prapannan violate from those shastric injunctions or the Lord's instructions, commands. So he is similar to the muktatmas who can know the Perumal Trivullam directly, but now here we do not know. So we need to get from the shastras or from the elders or acharyas or parents, bhagavatottamas, like that. So the 19th slokam, Tyaktvopayan apayan api paramajahan madhyamam swarhavrittim prayaschittam cha yogyam vigatarunadad vindvamanyam vindvavatyam titikshuhu bhaktinyānādhivriddhim paricharana gunan satsamriddhim cha yuktam nityam yachedananyastadapi bhagavastasya yadvaptavargat. Here this slokam explains the manner, that the way in which the prapannan should live in the remaining part of his life after performing prapatti. And the guidelines are given for people like Adiyan, the layman, to understand the shastrams. Certain guidelines are given by Swami. First, he says the kamya karmas. So, after the Chaitanan performs prapatti, the question is, what are the things that he should abandon during the post-prapatti period? And what are the shastram sanctioned karmas he should do? And what should he be reflecting upon? What should he pray after prapatti? Swami Desikan mentions all of them in this slokam. So one should not engage in kamya karma. That is the karma that would give fruits, palan, other than moksham. One should not even bother about other things anymore, because the remaining part of the life is Bhagavadadinam, based on our prarabdha karma, which is yet to be dissolved. And whatever that is to happen will happen. One should not engage in karma that will produce papams. So in between kamya karmas, that the karma which would give fruits other than moksham, and the papa karmas, there are other karmas which are nitya karma, naimittika karma, like nitya karma like sandhya vandanam, brahma yagyam, like that. And naimittika karma, shraddham, pitratarpanam, amavasa tarpanam, MAASA tarpanam, these things. So nitya naimittika karma should never be abandoned during the post-prapatti period. It should never be abandoned even before prapatti, but now that I'm assured of moksham, I don't have to do, is not the right thing. We have to continue to follow the shastras and continue to do these nitya naimittika karmas. So one should perform absolutely these things. So kamya karmas are a taboo. He must perform nitya naimittika karma only. And he should not do anything with an objective, with a palan. He should just continue to do as if it is a Bhagavata Kainkaryam, Acharya Kainkaryam. But what, as like yesterday I said, what about work? What about my taking care of the family? What about cooking, eating? All these things are regular things which a person should do. That's nothing but, again, Bhagavat Kainkaryam, offering to Bhagavan. Krishna says, whatever that you do, offer it to me in Bhagavad Gita. So, whether we work, whether we earn, whether we cook, whether we eat, whatever is an offering to him, offering to the community, to the public, and he is the indweller in everything and everyone. So, we should continue to do what we are supposed to do as a householder, as a Grahasthan, taking care of the family in a dharmic manner and as an offering to him. So there should not be any objective. I should get that. I should do this. I should buy a condo. I should have this much. So Acharya Kainkaryam, Bhagavata Kainkaryam, Bhagavat Kainkaryam, all that should be. And Rushyanticha, Ramanticha, enjoyment of Bhagavat Kalyana Gunams, his Katha, when we have time. So he has already carried out the supermost means, which is Prapatti for Moksha. What else is left for him to do? Nothing. In fact, he must keep off from the Karmanyana Bhakti Yogam and Prapatti because it's already been done. So he doesn't have to do anything for attaining Moksha. His daily duties as prescribed by the Shastras, his service to Sriyapati Sriman Narayanan at home, at Divya Desam, at temples, and like Abhigamana Aradhanam, Yajyaradhanam, Veda, Slokas, whatever possible. So, however, once in a way, there could be possible transgressions, trespasses against the Shastras may occur. When you commit something unknowingly, nothing happens. No papam. When you commit a papam knowingly, then the simple repentance for having performed will remove 1/4 of the papams. Then not going to repeat, taking a pledge not to repeat is second, another quarter. Then planning to do a prayaschittam for that, some expiation ritual, is the third quarter. Then doing actually a prayaschittam is the fourth quarter of the papam that get dissolved. But if prayaschittam is not done, if you do not do any prayaschittam, then we can do prayaschitta prapatti. When prayaschitta is impossible to carry out for any reason, we have to resort to a second prapatti called prayaschitta prapatti. Such a repeated yoga is prescribed when the practitioner slips, blunders, or offends Bhagavan in some manner, even in yoga. So prayaschitta prapatti is not for moksha. It is for that particular papams, intentional papams committed. But if you do neither of them, no prayashchittam nor prayashchitta prapatti, then the Lord will feel offended. And we know the consequence. There could be, say, asahya apacharam. There should not be any bhagavata apacharam. So these intentional papams without prayashchittam or without prayashchitta prapatti would not deprive him of moksham, but may anger Perumal, and it would lead to some Valkondi Visina Pole. There could be some Lagu Dandane, some minor punishment given by Perumal until the end, before the end of this life. Because after the end of this life, we are going to see Vaikuntham. So there is no way that the Lord can get us rid of those papams by undergoing the sufferings. So he may make us blind, or he may give some suffering. So such a thing could happen. So in the balance of lifetime, the prapanna has to continue three kinds of debts. The Devaranam, Rishirinam, Pitruranam. Ranam means debt. Devarunam. The Devarunam is discharged by performing yagams or Brahma Yagyams, like that. The second debt to the rishis is discharged by Veda Adhyayanam. And the third debt, Pitru Runam, is by performing Pitru Tarpanam or Amavasa Tarpanam, Masa Tarpanam, or even by having progeny, so that the lineage would take care of the Pitru Runam. So the power of Prapatti done at the Divya Dampati clears, and here all these kind of clears everything, but not these kind of debts after the Prapatti. So we should continue to do these Runams, continue to discharge his debt to Devas, to Rishis and the Pitris. We need to continue. And for the Prapannan during the post-Prapatti period, whether we get some happy news or we get some sad news, the joys, the sorrows, the sukha dukkham will go around him like a stiff wind. We should not despair over them, but learn to endure them patiently. Titikchuhu, Swami says here. That cannot be escaped. We need to have a suitable, balanced mental state to accept them. Like anything happens is due to the prarabdha karma. Even acharyas, paramavaidikas, when they are having disease at the end of their life, they used to say prarabdha karma kaliyarde. They never used to feel remorse with grief. They would continue to do their nitya kainkaryam, kalakshepam, all that, in spite of the pain they had undergone. Moksha has already been assured when the earthly life would be over. So the sukha dukkham cannot be escaped. He will have a suitable mind state to accept them. Indeed, his consolation will be in distress would be that the papam is getting dissolved. When the dukkham is coming, we should not feel depressed. We should feel rejoiced that the papam is getting dissolved. Good, at least that's happening. So what he can now pray. So should he not pray for anything? We can. What he should pray is for a flawless kainkaryam to Perumal in sastric way, in any manner possible. We should say, you give me anything, whatever you do with me, please continue to do. However, please make me closer to your lotus feet. Make me have more and more bhakti towards you. Trimaishi Alvar says, Nirantaram nan ninaikka nee ninaikka vendume. In Trichandavratam. Nirantaram nan ninaikka. In order for me to permanently think of you, you have to think of that. You have to take that sankalpam, O Lord. Nirantaram nan ninaikka nee ninaikka vendume. That's the prayer we need to ask. For Odivil Kalamellam Udanai Manni Vadivila Adimeshaya Vendum Nam. And offering some flowers, sandal paste to Divya Desam, to the temples. And so we need to think that we should never seek any power, fame, reward for our kainkaryam. Because it's all kainkaryam that we are doing for Bhagavan, Acharya, Bhagavatas. We should not look for our name in the book if we have given any book publication to the ashram, to the mutt, to the Bhagavatas. We need to live in an environment with the Bhagavatas, with the Goshti, appropriate like-minded people around. And there is no point in seeking more material wealth, which is completely irrelevant for the kainkaryam filled our life. What's the earthly affluence to do? Never should we seek anything from the Idara Devatas. Never. Then what about Sandhya Vandanam? There are some those who worship the Pitrus, the Devas, the Brahmins, having the sacrificial fire, or in fact worshipping the one, the Antaryami, who is the inner self of all beings. Ye yajanti Pitrun Devan Brahmanan Sudurdasanan Sugurdasanan Sarva Bhutantaratmanam Vishnumeva Yajantite. So by by thinking of Sriman Narayana as the indweller, the Prapanna, when he undertakes to do these things, when he utters the names of other devatas, deities during the Sandhya Vandanam like that, he thinks of Perumal as the Antaryami. So he is not doing a fault if he utters the names of the other gods and worship them as required by the Shastras, prescribing his normal Nitya karmas or Naimittika karmas. So there is no way other than that he should not be seeking anything from the Idara Devatas, whom the present day world in its ignorance seeks all fruits from Idara Devatas and becomes contented with it. Let them. Yuyam, vayam, vayam. They are they and we are we. So the Prapanna can plead with Perumal, can plead with the Nitya Suris, Ananta Garuda Vishwaksena, can pray to Alvars, Bhagavat Ramanuja, Acharyas, and to seek Jnanam, Bhakti, Vairagyam, like that. In fact, we can act and pray for and only for auspiciousness, mangalams, for the whole humanity. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. So is it permissible to ask anything for this type? So he should have no motivation except Kainkaryam to Perumal. And that too, we should not ask anything from Idara Devatas, which are objectionable. So asking for Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagyam is completely unobjectionable. In fact, Sri Ramanuja beautifully mentions after he performs his Sharanagati in Sharanagati Gadyam, and Perumal gives him assurance. After performing Sharanagati, how Ramanuja says, we need to follow direction from the Lord, addressed to Ramanuja, how the devotee after performing Sharanagati should conduct himself and spend the rest of his life. So he said, Dvayam artha anusandhanena saga sadaivam bhakta yava charirapadam atraiva srirange sukhamasva. Always utter the essence of the Dvaya mantram, contemplating on the essence, on the meaning of the Dvaya mantram. Srimanana Narayanan Trivadigalil Kalayatra Nitya Kainkaryam Perigaikku Srimanana Narayanan Trivadigal Irandayum Sharanamaga Patrigireen என்பது இதன் திரண்ட பொருள். In order to perform eternal, blemishless, faultless Kainkaryam at the feet of Divya Dampati, Sripati Sriman Narayanan, I surrender to Sripati Sriman Narayanan. So this meaning should be contemplated. Always utter the Dvaya mantra. You shall reside in Srirangam or any place favored by Bhagavatas, Perumal, till the body falls, till the end of his life. You will, by my grace, by my daya, attain the true knowledge and already acquired from acharyas. That confirmation of that knowledge you would get with completely with no diminishing of your capacities for conscious desire for attaining moksha. So do not bother about it. Shaking off with ease this mortal remains, both physical, sukshmam and sthulam. You will attain the Sri Vaikuntham and render constant service unto me once you attain my abode. The categorical assurance from Perumal is in Sharanagati Gadyam, is reflected here. So, we were wandering in this worldly life because of his punishment for all our papams from beginningless time. It's because of his daya, kripai, that we happen to come under the glances of Sadacharyan, Vailakshanya Kataksham of Sadacharyan, repeating after them the utterance of Dvayam and completed the Prapatti. We should never ever think that I have performed Prapatti. No I-ness and mine. It is all surrendered to him. No further means is necessary for reaching the protector, the Sarva Rakshakan. All our papams have been pardoned, forgiven. The Lord of Sripati, Sriman Narayanan, the Divya Dampati, who is the Seshi of all and who is capable of cleansing his devotees, obtaining their Kainkaryam at their will, For His own glory, He will protect us. We are free from any bharam, any bhayam, any anxiety, any responsibility, any burden anymore. So thus, Vedanta Desika explains in Gadya Bhashyam, and assurance of the Lord in the Charma Slokam, Ma Suchaha, do not worry anymore. He so beautifully, he says, Ma Suchaha, do not lament. Chaitanya is exposed to sorrow from many sources in his samsaric life. Do not worry anymore. Just chill. Prapatti Yogam can be practiced by all people, easy to perform. So do not grieve as a result of developing doubts that I, who responds to the small and easy to practice Upayama Prapatti, may not be approached easily, cannot be trusted. I would not have compassion or daya, and I may change my mind. Do not think like that. I am easily won over by your Prapatti. My child, I am Ashrita Sulaban, Ashrita Vatsalan, Dayalan. I stand as Siddhopayam and would grant you moksham. Do not worry, do not, and remove your sorrows based on these doubts. And during your post-prapatti period, please do not fear that there might be deficiency in the Nitya Naimittika karma done for my pleasure without expectation of any fruits. These karmas are not part of the group of angams for Sharanagati. Therefore, any imperfection associated because of kalam, time, because of circumstances, because of your any incapacity, the Nitya karma should be done, deficient or not, it should be done. Please do not sorrow over Prayaschitta Prapatti performed during the Prapatti to avoid papams accrued after Prapatti. That will not nullify your original Prapatti. Please do not grieve over not doing a Prayaschitta Prapatti for papams done as unknowingly. You will not suffer in Narakam. I remove these papams too for a Prapannan. But you need to repent for having done that and attempt not to repeat. Please do not sorrow over residence in your Shariram, which is like Naraka Vasham after Prapatti. If you desire to get Moksham Prapatti due to Arti, immediately, I will grant you right away. Indro Nalayo Endrindi Nagai Indrane, Vedanta Desika says in Desika Prabandham. When after performing Prapatti, Perumal laughs, gives a chuckle and says, are you ready to come today or tomorrow? Oh my God, no. Only at the end of this life. So, please do not sorrow about it. I have taken a vow, vratam, to never to abandon a Prapannan. When there is delay in moksham as a result of adopting Dripta Prapatti, that is at the end of this life, you do not need to worry or grieve about the sorrows, because there is no question about the gaining fruit of moksha. Do not grieve that punyam of prapatti will be neutralized by papams unknowingly or knowingly. That has got no effect on the prapatti for moksha. Since you wish to have moksha at the end of this life, you may grieve that the papam acquired during the post-prapatti period would result in your rebirth at the karmic world. You will never be reborn. Nacha punara vartate, nacha punara, you will never come back. Hence, get rid of that sorrow. The sorrows that you may entertain before and after prapatti are not appropriate, since you have received my full blessed anugraham. Such sorrows, worries are not at all appropriate. Given the glories of prapatti and my vratam, and it's a rakshakam. I have taken a vratam to protect you and your status for placing full Mahavishwasam in me as your Sarvarakshakan. Therefore, such acts on your part are expressions of your immaturity and ignorance. Abandon every one of those sorrows and feel rest assured there is no basis for these worries of yours. When you have performed unconditional prapatti to me without expecting any fruit, all karmas that stood in the way of your moksham have been destroyed. There will be no interferences. There will be no time delay in gaining moksham due to distractions or jivatma sakshatkaram or something like that. All these are so beautifully expanded and explained beautifully by our Acharya Sarvabhauman Swami Desikan for the Ma Suchaha, meaning in Srimad Rahasya Trayasaram. Adiyan, Dhanyosmi, Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline, Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.